Back to some more treasure hunting, and I've also got something to check out in the description below. I was on the Socks cast, I was a guest, where I was a nice, muscle-bound muscleman in the stone power-up. That is one of the best things, I love that. But anyway, sorry. I was on the Socks cast, we discussed video games and all that stuff. Things, I don't know, we talked about a lot, I forgot. But it's like 3 hours, so if you've got time to kill, and you don't get enough of me blathering, well, I mean, I've done a few videos. You can go back and watch those if you really want to. I wouldn't advise it, though. They're all pretty awful. But, anyways, I have to apologize to one Frontier Jasmine, and I will explain why in a second. Charge up a jet shot to do this room, then use your shield, your little defense move there, your block, whatever you want to call it, and then goof that one. Let me try that again. Because, as you can probably see, there's wind pushing you in this room, and it makes it very hard to get down here to get this power-up. Pure, juicy Hanzo steel. Mwah. Perfect, it's perfect. But anyways, yes, consider this my penance. I will use the jet power-up, which I said was not very good. One of my viewers, one of 3 of them, said, I don't know, man, I like jet. And I'm like, that's stupid! I'm gonna show you. I don't remember what I actually said. It doesn't matter. But I want to at least try using the jet. I'm not good at it. I guess that's the big difference, is when I say that a power is not good, that means I used it for 3 minutes, I wasn't good at using it, and that means that it's a bad power. Which is a very fair metric of how to judge things. Like this Pegasus wing. Who cares? Why am I collecting parts of dead mythical animals? I don't know. Kirby is a light and fluffy game, but when you look at what's beyond the surface, you see something cold and twisted going on. I'm not sure how I like it, but the game is fun. Just don't look too close behind those curtains, or else you're gonna see some dark stuff. And don't use the jet power up when you're at an angle, because clearly it's not gonna work. But you know what? I will fight a mini boss. Why not? I'll use the jet. I know that like you can hurt people when you're like floating like that. I don't know how to do it now, but because sometimes it works, and I don't know. I'm probably just missing a sweet spot or something. Why am I using phrases like sweet spot? I have no idea what that means. I heard it once, and I'm like, I'll just, throw this into conversation. Blah, 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 hitting Bugsy, and I'm sure there's more moves I can do with Jet, but, like, I'm just not, ow, heck. Okay, this isn't really working. It's just, ow, I just wanted to get rid of his body. That was completely unnecessary. Okay. I'm not good at using Jet. I'm not good at using Jet. That doesn't mean it's a bad power-up. I'm just not good at using it. I like hovering with it, though. He's got the little flames. It's cute. They're coming out of his butt. It's funny. But it's cute. It's adorable. It's the sweetest, cutest little thing. That's everything in Kirby, is everything's adorable. You just want to hug him, little puffball. He's my favorite. And see, you get some health. There's plenty of health in this game. Like, you're really not in a whole lot of danger of dying. It's not too likely. And even if you do, there's plenty of, lives. That was unfortunate. I've had enough Jet. I tried. God help me, I tried. And I didn't do well, but I gave it a shot, okay? So at least I tried to be fair, and still failed completely at it, but I tried. And in the end, isn't that what's most important? No, not at all. Not even close. But now we have Cutter, which to me is like, that's like the Walmart Kirby power-up. Cutter is just really bland to me. There's nothing wrong with it, it's just, alright, I launch a little blade, and that's pretty cool, I guess. I don't know. It's not bad, but at the same time, it's water. There's not much taste to it. You can get something more delicious. I don't know what that means at all. Who cares? waters. I like water. I'm pro water. I'm tired. I'm sorry. I just don't like the cutter power up because it seems very. That is like the 4th time that's happened in this video. You'd think I'd learn, but if you guys know me, there's one thing I don't do, and that's learn. Ever. Not once. Okay. Okay, get rid of that, cause we're gonna need the crash power up. I can already tell. Get this little Maxim and ooh, what up? Well, why not? I'll partake, and I thought he was gonna go back around. I don't know why. I was not realizing my mistake. I guess I'm not too good at this game, as you might be able to tell, because I'm not good at this game ever. That's the thing that I'm starting to notice, is I'm not awful at games that I started playing as an adult, but like games that I played as a kid, like they start to take me back to the past when I was a kid who had no motor skills, and I'm like, well, that's how you have to do it. You have to get hit by all the enemies, and I think I just went in a circle. No problem, I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss any treasure. That's okay. Let's see. We're missing those two, and there's a whole room worth, but I know where that is. Okay. We're good. At least I think. Yeah, well, we're at the end of it, and I just got. Who cares? I think we're safe. No worries. We're doing fine. Back to the main room now. And we don't want to go in the very bottom door, the one in the middle. It's going to take us to the very end of this track. And we've got a lot to do, so you might want to be careful with that. And down here, there's a secret treasure. This one, for the longest time, I could not find this as a kid, and I don't know, this one kind of, I don't know, does that seem a little counterintuitive? I mean, I get it, it's colored differently, you should notice, shoot, I should have got that jet power up, whoops, silly me. I feel like if they put that chick a little closer, where you'd already be pressing down to swallow it, instead if you're going for that, I don't know, if you're not attacking it with some power, that'd be pretty nifty. I think that would work a little better, but, you know, I don't know. I couldn't tell you, and whoop. There we go. Because we're gonna get an extra treasure in this room, because you're supposed to use 2 of the cannon. By the way, don't hit that last bomb or it's going to drop it into the abyss. Xmas tree, huh? Well, I certainly know who's not going to be getting any Christmas cards this year. Thank you very much, Sakurai, for your disgusting attack on my culture. And this clearly isn't working. So let's get rid of the jet power-up, as I am wont to do. Get rid of these, and get that cannon all loaded up. And I'm not sure where this one goes, so let's find out. And let's try that again. Okay, let's see. Oh. It's kind of funny. Oh well. Path. Whoops! Wow, that was close. I almost missed the cannon. Okay, anyways. We're in the clouds, and I wasn't sure if this door just took me back. It sure does! Whoops. Sorry, I just kind of wasted your time. Whatever, you know what? These videos in general, I think you could describe as a time waste and you wouldn't really be incorrect. That's okay. I think many things that we do in life are a waste of time. Hashtag whoa, hashtag wow. And flying through the air with the cannon, back into those clouds that we probably should have stayed in. We'll ditch the jet power-up, because there's other power-ups I want to try out up here. Hover on up. And the way that you can tell where you're supposed to go is these little stars in the clouds. For some reason, like, I don't know if I ever put that together as a kid, and I just kind of, like, ram-jammed myself all up against any clouds that I saw. I don't remember. It's been a long time. And this one's kind of spooky. There's spikes all over the place, but it's pretty obvious where you need to stand, like, or else it's just not that bad. You can kind of tell a safe place to be. And if not, you can just kind of shield and you'll be okay. At least I think so. I'm not sure if shield actually works on spikes. Who cares? I clearly did not have to worry about it, so I don't know. It looks dangerous, but it's not as bad as you might think. Fly back through these stars. Not gonna get the plasma power-up, not my favorite thing. Head down. Nope, because we see there's a door on the right side that we missed. And we don't want to miss anything. I'd feel kind of remiss if I got 59 out of 60 treasures. So this one? Nope! You might think that the fun way to do that is just deal with the consequences of hitting the wrong switch, but I've got low health, so I'm not going to deal with it. And the Kong's barrel, that's cute. That's cute. I see what you're doing, Kirby. And you are a saucy little game. Throwing all these Nintendo references at me. What do you think you are, Captain Rainbow? I haven't actually played Captain Rainbow, I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, let's see what's in here. Just health, actually. I'm not... Actually, maybe there's a treasure in here. Let's find out. I don't know why. Like, I don't like the wing power-up a whole lot, but I kind of enjoy its concept better than Jet, because, while Jet, you can do the hovering with the little flames coming out. With Wing, every time that you're flying, it feels like really... it feels nice. It feels very fluid, it feels very quick. I like that a lot. I don't know, I guess it's... You can like any power-up, who cares? I don't know why I'm trying to defend... Well, maybe you should hate this one, because it's stupid, it's not as cool as Wing, because you can fly and you have a headdress on. And this is not working quite so hot, so... Maybe it's from a different angle? No, it's not. Here's how I do it. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but who cares? Because I want the wing power-up back. Birdon is not my best friend. I'm sorry, buddy. Just stay away from me. Ooh, some shiny bamboo! Now, I don't know if that means, like, it comes from a shiny tree or somebody cut it down and then started, like, glistening it with Crisco. I don't know. I don't have a lot of experience with bamboo. I don't want to paint myself in a light that's going to bum you guys out, because I know you think that I deal with it on a constant basis that's factually inaccurate. And here, this little guy, this room gave me a lot of trouble as a kid, and I think it's because I don't have any friends, and I didn't know, like, to spawn Wheelie as a partner. Okay, this is... hold on. No, stop hopping over the switch, really. Stay right here, and let's see. And hop that, don't just let it take you. And you have to be very quick, or else you're gonna miss that door closing. And I believe it is mandatory to do that last jump, which is cool. It makes it feel like super exciting bike race. Vroom vroom, cowboy. And have to marvel at the sprite of Kirby on the wheel just going up the ladder. It looks so silly to me, I'm sorry. Alright, okay. Silly times are over. It's time to get serious with this game about a pink puffball man. For some reason, the wheelie rider was having a hard time getting up in those clouds. Ow. Good. Thank you for having this down here. I really wanted to get the sleep power up. Okay. Instead, let's try going... Wait a sec. Oh, heck. I'm supposed to get that parasol power up. So, let's steal it. The opposite way of stealing, but... Oh, bananas. I don't think I can... Alright, let's just try that again. What you're supposed to do is hold the parasol power up, because when you have it, those star blocks get knocked out of the way and they can't harm you. And that's the part of the Great Cave Offensive I really like, is the power-ups that... It's not like one-to-one. Like, not every power-up has something that you can only use it for to get a certain treasure, but there are a lot of treasures that it would behoove you to use a certain power-up, or it's entirely impossible to get it without using that. So it's cool. It encourages you to think outside of the box with these powers. You it encourages you to try different powers as well, and that's pretty cool game design. It's implementing it in a very fun way, and I really like that. Granted, though, now that I think about it, I don't think you used ice for any treasures, so maybe not. This is actually horrible game design. It's the worst I've seen since Donkey Kong 64. Expect a Let's Play of that in 1998. You cretins. Gosh. I've never played Donkey Kong 64. I don't know what I'm talking about. By all accounts, I think that ice should have hit me, but I'm pretty ready to get rid of this Parasol Waddle Dee because he's not helping. By the way, I wanted to show off that treasure. If you cut the rope to the platform that I was just on, it would keep you from getting down there. And I just goofed myself yet again because I was not supposed to cut that one. Whoops! There's only one that you're okay to cut, and it's that one that covers up that one-up. So you can't get the treasure and the one-up all in one run there. You have to come back. I mean, if you really care. I have 9 lives. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be just fine. There's no point that 9 lives is not enough in a Kirby game. Kirby is not known for its rambunctious difficulty. I think we're going to be just dandy. And get down here, see what we got. It is the Platinum Ring. I don't know. A lot of these just seem really strange. Call me a sucker, but I think I'd be fine with it if it was just like more Nintendo references. I don't know. That's probably corny though. It's probably pretty silly. It's whatevs. There's just a lot of generic like golden shrine of the silver monkey. Like who cares? Like it's just. But I guess that kind of works to its advantage. It's very silly and like you can't really take any of these things seriously. Like. One of the treasures was Bucket, and I know that that's a reference to Mario and Wario, but it's funny. I don't know, that's just really silly. It's goofy. I don't know what I'm getting at. I think it's just that this game is very silly, and I can't really complain. Now, be careful hovering down here, or else you'll hop on that spring, and it'll take you back up, and you don't want that, cause. Speaking of Nintendo references, we just got the entire Triforce. That's incredible, but that's all of them. I got all the treasures. It took me so long, but I finally have all the treasures. Oh, gosh. The only thing that kind of irks me is look at our total amount of gold, or guilders, or whatever, is that 0. I wish that at some point... Oh, don't want to go up here. I wish that at some point we got a treasure that ended with a 9, just so we didn't have that 0 there. And I could get my favorite bomb, but I'll stick with Yo-Yo. I like Yo-Yo a lot. Why would we need a power-up? We've got all the treasures. Well, that's because it's Wham Bam Rock time, man. Oh, kind of goofed that. He is a spooky devil. Those big ol'... Are those rocks for lips? I couldn't tell you. But they, Wham Bam Rock looks pretty rad. Kind of. There's some certain issues, I suppose, you could take with his design, if you are at all familiar with... Well, I'm not gonna get into this. Watch out, jump! Or else he's gonna hurt you. But, I don't know, this is actually... I wouldn't say this is a hard boss fight, as much as, like, any Kirby boss fight's ever not been hard before, which is all of them. But, and I kind of wanted to show off that if he'll flick you with his little finger there. And as much as I want to keep showing off his powers, we've got other things to do, so he's finished, he's done for. I don't know. He's a trickier boss fight than I would give them credit for producing. He actually feels pretty final, to me anyway. He seems like a good ending. And you know what? A trolley ride's just not as fun alone, so give me a smooch, and let's get in here. Come on, Jim. Gosh, the trolley is so cute, though, because there's no real purpose to it. It gets you from point A to point B a little quicker, I guess, but it's just cute. And that's all that I need. That's what's so great about these games, is they're just wall-to-wall adorbs. And let's get in the elevator, get all the way back up top, Here, okay, I do take issue, though, because, let's head on up again, only 2 elevators. There was an enormously long elevator section in one of these places in the Great Cave Offensive. That should have been here, if anywhere. And you can't go to the right, so we have to break our gaming instincts, go to the left. Because there's a warp star that's going to take us out of here and take us home. Because we're done with the Great Cave Offensive. After all these years. 60 treasures. I could use a nap. Look at all this money I've got, though. And that's the thing, is like, what is Kirby gonna spend money on? Well, presumably food, because he's a little fat guy. But okay, we got the Seiryu sword, and I am nerdily angry that there wasn't a Genbu, Suzaku, or Byakko something or other in any of this. It can't just be the Seiryu sword. You gotta have the whole set, brother. But they did do springtime, wintertime, autumn time, and summertime, or whatever. I don't remember if... who cares? I probably said summertime twice. I'm just... Amber Rose. Fish Fossil. Beast Fossil. I remember these. Nunchuck. Those are some expensive nunchucks, by the way. And why is summertime green? Summertime should be orange. Let's put that on Front Street. The Falcon helmet again. I'm sorry, I'm getting excited seeing the Captain Falcon stuff. Let's see. And a sword. Why is there a sword and a Seiryu sword? They're just reusing things. That's despicable. I hope you're proud of yourself, Sakurai. This game's not going anywhere. The Mr. Saturn is so expensive. That Mr. Saturn is almost as expensive as King Tut's mask. That's beautiful. Oh, that is a nice model ship, by the way. Oh, the katana. That's what I needed in my life. That's actually, the katana is the most expensive thing, and that seems a little odd. You'd think it'd be like the King's Crown or something. Doesn't really matter. I'm kind of blown away that I actually got all this. Like, the whole, like, Metroidvania, and I mean, this is baby's first Metroidvania, if you could even really call it that, because it's not that hard. Anything that has, like, more than one path, I just am like, no thanks. That's impossible. How could you do such a thing? It's because I'm a big goofball. And if you put me in one direction, I'm just gonna go in that way. Heck. But that's it, man. Kirby winks at you. Now he's rich. He's gonna blow it all on food and diabetes medication. And Revenge of Meta Knight's where we're gonna go next. But in the meantime, I feel like there's a little more time we could fill. So I'm gonna show you off Megaton Punch, and I'm gonna play it level 1, 2, 3. That just means obviously the difficulty level. I'm gonna play on 3 because I'm kind of good at this. I'm always the worst when I do this first match, but this is basically just a timing mini game. What you want to do is time it when those crosshairs cross each other, when the red bar is all the way at the top, and when that little orange orb, the little pendulum, is right in the middle of in that circle in the middle. But I'll show that off a little bit. I'm trying to gain my bearings. By the way, the smartest thing that you can do is don't focus on doing your section until your opponent is done, because it's just going to throw you off. And it's not easy. It's kind of a pain. Let me see, but that seemed close. That was kind of close. And here's the tough guy. He's the final boss of this section. And you can tell, by the way, how close you are to like a perfect, when you see a little white flash and you hear like a click. That means that you got it perfect. And I really goofed on the crosshairs, but I think I got perfect on the other two, and that was pretty solid. You can crack the star like straight down all the way, and I feel like I've done that before, and I really wish there was like an animation for it just coming in half and totally splitting. But I don't think that there is, and I haven't done this in so long that I couldn't even confirm that there is. Whatever. I'm pretty good at that one. This one, I'm hot garbage at. Samurai Kirby was also in the NES Kirby's Adventure, I think it was. And how it works is very simple. When the exclamation marks come up on the screen, that's when you hit a button. And you have to hit it quickly. By the way, 18, not very quick. That's not quick at all. That's horrendously unquick. But I'm so bad at hitting the button in time. I'm so slow. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I lost to the third opponent in that. So we're gonna do Revenge of Meta Knight next time. No, we're going back to Samurai Kirby. I don't feel okay with it. I'm gonna play on beginner because I want to go further than we just did. That was embarrassing. I don't care if I'm on beginner. I'm bad at this. I know I am. I want to get further. And that's what happens if you hit the button. If you get when you're trigger happy, if you hit the button before the exclamation marks come up, it gives you an X, and it calls it a tie, which isn't really what a tie is. And I took longer that time than I did. I'm not learning. I'm doing worse. And if you get 2 ties, by the way, then you're out. You lose. I got him 1 faster than I did last time, so I don't know. Maybe I've got hope for my future. I don't know. Got him. In 18 frames, I guess, is that? I don't know. Alright, let's see if I can beat him. King DDD, the Shogun himself. Of course not. It's humiliating. I'm not good at Samurai Kirby. I'm sorry. I had to show it to you. I am not a samurai. I never have been. Not once in my life. We'll fight in Meta Knight next time. I'm sorry.